Hello, chat. How you guys doing tonight? Welcome to Saturday night. Like I said, got attacked by a little bit of the ninjas with the knockout gas. And 2.0 didn't do anything to stop it. She just sat there and watched it happen. So, anyways, we are gonna get started here, guys. We got the second. We got the mode going. We got the mood lighting set. It's time to get started. Why does it look like my thumb is like? It's like that guy in Short Pocket Monster. Sup? Anyways, welcome everybody. You know what? Everybody likes to make fun of Elon, but is he just like knocking up chicks, or is he like somebody said, "Oh, it's IVF"? I'm like, that just sounds like he goes up to random people and it's like, random women. It's like, "Hey, you want IVF from me?" No, like I just the whole thing is weird. The whole thing is weird, but good for him if he can make it happen. Good for him. Daniel says he uses IVF. So he just walks up to these he just walks up to these chicks and he's like, "Hey, here, like, how does that work?" I don't understand how that one's working, but okay. Yeah. He's pulling the Jeffrey Epstein, though. He's trying to alter humanity's DNA by having so many kids. So I think that was what Epstein was trying to do for a while. Yeah, he's just spreading autism. Yes, a modern day Genghis Khan. Yeah. So, but yes, also tonight, chat, the United States won against Canada 3-1. Suffa Canada. Although, to be fair, like, that's been our sport for a long time. So it's not like it's that impressive that we won. We've done it before. We'll keep doing it. All we do is win, 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 no matter what. So that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, Suffa Maple Bros. Michael saying there's always rich dudes shaping the gene pool. Well, that's true as well. That's true as well. I'm just saying it's oh, so yeah. All right, hold on here, chat. So what are we? Okay. Oh, let's see. What are we? Let me see here. Canada's only in one state. They had to choose players from afar. A little unfair. Very, very funny. Since 1980, the U.S. has a winning record against Mexico in soccer. I know, and that's the funny stuff. Bella says we're on tornado watch tonight. Be careful. People are like, honestly, I don't. You guys are more fucking worried about it than I am. Like, all I said was like, don't tell the court you're gonna fucking ignore them. Like, if you're gonna do it, just do it. Don't telegraph ahead of time you're gonna blow them off. That's my only recommendation. Everything else, okay, it's all good, man. So like I don't understand what the issue there was, and that's all I meant was like, if I was gonna tell the court to fuck off, I would just tell the court, like, I would just do it. I wouldn't tell them what I'm gonna do. So that's all I meant. Like, that's all I really meant was like, don't fucking tell people you're gonna go break the fucking law. Like that never ends well. Just doing it is a far better alternative. So, and like I get it though from their side of it because he's right. They're getting jerked around because Nick is being a little whiny bitch. Like, their life is getting upturned because of all of this retarded nonsense. So I don't blame him for being pissed off about it. I don't blame him for not wanting to go. Like, it's totally makes sense. Like, I get it. I 100% get him. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say, like, he's 100% justified to be pissed off right now. So. Well, Gino called me fat. Well, I am, though. So it's like, okay. Let's see here. Michael says, how to get unsub? Thanks, YouTube. Yeah, well, they do that. They do that. YouTube does that, so. Did you see the dunk contest? No. Jam case, that's you're done with the tank. We got to put all the stuff on the tank, and we got to work on weathering it. So we're not all the way done. We're not all the way done. The tank has clear coat on it, so now we can like weather it and make it look like it's being used and shit. But we're not done yet. Hold on, chat. Let me grab 2 pieces of things, and we'll be right back here. All right, chat. Here is the tank. We got a nice little clear coat on it. It should be dry. I got a second coat today, and I was like, it seemed like it didn't cover it well, so I wanted to make sure it was all set. So I think we're all good there. But I got these out just in case we need to repaint some of these little pieces, just to make sure they need a little spritzing of olive drab. So let me see here what we're actually looking at. So, anyways, this is actually really good. The stuff I sprayed on, it's a nice little. It keeps everything kind of from. It's a very good taking off the. It's pretty good knocking down the flat. It keeps it nice and not gloss. So that is kind of where we are with that bad boy. So we're just going to put him off to the side and just make sure that's all good. All right. So we need to get that brushed. Get that brush. All right. All right, guys. We are looking good. We might just do some dry brushing on the guns with a little bit of gray. I think these, yeah, they dried up pretty good. Yeah, these look pretty good, I think. Oh, some of these got fucking goop on them still. All right, hold on. I don't know what the monograph thing is. What's the monograph thing? Monograph did a short? Oh, I'm wait. Oh, okay, that thing. I'm sorry. Yes, we can do that. Sorry, trying to keep track of stuff at times. Like, Axis, why does everybody hate the fat man? I don't know. You gotta hate something. But I don't even think he's mad at me. He's frustrated with the situation. And like I said, I don't blame him. Like I said, the whole thing is gay. And, getting drawn into Nick's gay drama would piss me off too. Like that. So, all right, this did not take as well as I did. We're going to have to repaint a couple of these. Sorry, chat. We're not done painting, so we are going to have to repaint some of this shit. And I'm not going to mess with the tester anymore. That was not working as well as I thought it would. So we're going to go to No, light. This is dark. All right. All right, chat. We're also going to get the airbrush going here real quick. So give me 1 second here, and I'll grab the monograph thing. Hold on. All right, let's see. Let's see what monograph did. Monograph. He's a graph that's montied. Is that under October Rains or Montagraph? Because that's the thing. Let's see here. It's under Montagraph. Okay. Oh, it's in my Twitter DM. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see here. Where is, hold on. Oh, yeah, here it is. Okay. Okay. Holy shit. All right. This looks brutal, chat. This looks fucking brutal. All right, here we go. Here we go. We gonna listen to JD Vance in Germany? Yes, we are actually. So, yeah. Greg says, I didn't realize how far right you actually were. Are tanks covered by the Second Amendment? Yes, and I would argue like Tomahawk cruise missiles are covered by the Second Amendment. So, yes. So that is, we're covered covers everything if you can afford it. Just like other rights, they should be only limited by your ability to exercise your wallet. Okay, let's see here. All right, let's see what this is. All right, here we go. Okay, so it's monograph. I guess he's talking about Camelot. Let's see what this is about.
How's everybody doing today? I certainly hope you're doing well. I don't know if you are aware of this or not, but Crash a Lot, who is being sponsored by Cringecast, he just had his race in Daytona, which he crashed into the wall, and nobody touched this dude. Nobody. He just crashes into the wall, and in my opinion, it looks like he did it on purpose. And for all you know, maybe he was paid off to take out professional contenders. Who knows? But one thing for sure is this guy is not a car racer. He is a drag racer. You got that? This is not Adobe Photoshop. These images came from his own Instagram, in which he very willfully touts them as prizes, I guess. But anyway, let's go ahead and listen to his own statements. He sounds like he's drunk, too, about how fun it was to crash into the wall and, make the race miserable for 15 other drivers.
The car just got weightless out of 4. Just started going around, and I didn't really correct it. I just kind of was letting it ride, and then it just, when the weight shifted, it just turned completely right and hit the wall. It was a very strange feeling, so I'm just glad everybody's all right, because that was a wild ride. It really was. It was kind of fun, It's kind of fun going through the infield and just, not touching anything. It was like a roller coaster, but
All right, chat. So I don't know. I don't know why Monty's doing shots fired at Camelot. Like that doesn't make I get it because Camelot is friends with Nick, but other than that, I don't understand why Monty's doing it. It doesn't make sense to me in that. I guess I don't know. Does that part at least make sense, Chet? Why would you do that? Because I don't like Camelot. I don't think has any issues with Monograph, or I've never heard of them. So I'm just a little confused by how this is all going here. So that's just my kind of look at it. That's just my look at it. It's dead air. That's why I was trying to shut the compressor off. But no, the whole thing, I don't know. Yeah, it looks like Camelot got loose and went right into the wall, like right at the beginning of his race. So yeah, it happens. Happens if you're like, they come up behind you when they're trying to draft, or he kind of lost track of it for a second. And with those cars, if you are not on top of it and something happens, you go right into the wall. That's it. So, oh. So, let's see here. Yes. Yes, this 2.0 says yes. Hear me out, Cody. Crash causing a multi-car pileup is the best way to leverage your racing victory. Leverage your debt. So, got to be nice out there, 2.0. Behave. Oh. Let's see here. We got we got a I guess we got a needle problem, chat. Got a needle problem. Tomorrow is the Daytona 500. I'm not sure if we're going to watch that live or not, chat, but we might. We might. I might watch it. It's probably been at least 15 years since I've watched the Daytona 500. And probably not been 15 years since I watched that, but I was like, ooh, I really want to watch it. It's coming up. I should make time. So. Let's see what this is. Oh, is Kimbo here tonight? Because if you are, you need to talk to 2.0 over on Discord. If anybody sees him, let him know. So. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie. It looks like fun to do the ARCA stuff. I think that'd be so cool. All that stuff's pretty neat. And the neater thing about the ARCA stuff, they go to like different tracks. They don't just stick to like I'm pretty sure they race all kinds of tracks, including like Mid-Ohio and things like that, where it's not a standard oval, which, I think you could do that with cars now. So hold on, chat. Oh yeah, I was not expecting the Jim Tressel thing either. That is very much a fucked, like, seriously really retarded idea. I don't understand why we've got that. I don't either. That is such. God, Ohio's so gay at times with shit. I wouldn't want him as a governor. So, like, going to the Wings game on March 1st at Ohio State, wasn't aware they were doing it there. But I do love the fact the NHL does do the outdoor games. They need to do more of them. So, but I think that's akin very much to like when they did the Field of Dreams stuff with baseball. You know, like I thought that was so cool. And I know they've done the outdoor game in hockey for a while, but they need to keep doing it. They need to keep that thing alive. They need to keep the problem is like when people do it, it's really want to be shitty outside. So like it's kind of hard. I get to kind of balance it out. Okay, so remember we don't need this to be super thick because we're not. Oh, that got way too thin. Sorry, Chad. Hold on here. Kim says I came as fast as I could. You need to talk to 2.0. She sent you a Discord message. So yeah. 2.0 has questions for you. So I didn't. What the hell, Matty Beast? We talked about it last night, and then I didn't know we had a super chat yet. Oh, happy Valentine's Day to all the mamacitas. Oh, yep. Happy Valentine's Day. There we go. All right, good. We got some paint rolling. Okay. Let's see. Is it Twitter or Discord? No, it's. Oh. Access what? Are you finally getting banned? Yes, Kimbo, the day has arrived. The day has arrived. Oh, monographs. Yeah, I don't think it just it had accident like it's easy to mess up in those races, and then there's times where just you don't focus on it for a second, and that's it. So won't be the first time it's ever happened to a driver. Won't be the last. But yes, we can listen to JD Vance tell the Europores. Monograph is just asking questions. Well, I'm here to tell you that that question doesn't need to be asked. So, Amon says it's Camelot's third crash. Dude, like it's racing, you're gonna crash a lot. Like that happens. Like that's the thing. That's the point of racing. You will crash. So, no, I don't. I'm not gonna sit there and go like, "Oh my gods, guys, he crashed." Like, yeah, race cars crash. That's part of racing. So that's just kind of the nature of the business. So yeah, rubbing his ration. It is. If it's so easy, why was he the only one to do it? Because it happened. Like everybody gets into crashes. Like go find other. Like I guarantee you, other people crash in ARCA. Is my point. I'm just trying to say, like it does happen. Like there we go. That looks a little better. Just a light dusting, changing the green. Does everyone have to pay for their damages? Half Irish? No, you. It's not like there's a like an insurance or anything like that. You're part of it is you assume you're going to crash your car. Like you're going to suffer crashes in racing. So you're you're responsible for your own cars. So no, you don't pay for like the other people. That's not like it's not like in the real world. Do I have a Rumble channel? Yes. Yes, we do. We have a Rumble channel. So at the same place. Potentially criminal. I need to start putting the live streams on there more, and I'm trying to start doing that. So Cam wants to start driving F1. Well, the problem is, like, when it comes to F1, you're kind of, depending on the situation, you're paying for your seat in one way or another. You know, like Lance Stroll, where your dad runs like Aston Martin worldwide, or you're like Maldonado, where you're bringing in all the Venezuelan oil money. It all, that's how it works. Rip Daniel Kivat. He got kind of like BTFO'd, but because of the sanctions. But otherwise, yeah, a lot of times you're responsible for your own money, so you got to bring it all. So, let's see here. Hold on, chat. There we go. There we go. All right. I have a feeling the Corey got a crush on Ashley St. Clair. Why would he be holding so hard? Maybe. Maybe. I don't think that's the situation. No. Not gonna lie, the whole thing was like not on my bingo card. That like Elon is just going to like random women are just like getting IVF'd by Elon, and he's like, I still want to know how that whole conversation happens with Elon. He's like, so, can I IVF you? And they're like, so my God, like, I still don't understand how that works and how that all unfolds. But okay, whatever. Whatever. I'm not, like I said, I'm not here to judge. You got an ad. I don't know what to do about that. Bahrain says, when am I going to finish it? The tank is done. I'm finishing the stuff. Hopefully we can do that tonight. So Bella's saying leaked messages show she'd been stalking him. Yeah, well, when you get someone knocked up with IVF, they might stalk you. And the idea that at that point you would then also offer a woman who's stalking you IVF seems kind of like his fault. So I'm just saying there. I'm just saying that is kind of his problem. It's kind of his problem. Just how I look at it. That's really just yeah. Not exactly how I want to hold on, chat. All right. Okay, we need to do let me see here. We need to do we are trying to come up. We're gonna start whale watching. So here we go. Here we go. Actually, Maddie, you're here. Can I use acrylic thinner with an oil wash, or will that just come ruin it? I'm curious to know how that works. What what the heck is this? Okay, that's great. I'll do that then. Oh my god. Oh my god. But yeah, Maddie, if you're out there, I'm trying to figure out, is that something I can do or will that not work? So having to be set by having the world's richest guy's crotch fruit sign me up. Yeah, I mean, there's that aspect of the whole thing. So Ashley St. Clair's not Jewish. What the fuck are you guys talking about? So I don't know what the hell. It won't work. You're gonna screw it up. Well, there we go. Oh, she is? Oh, well, that seems kind of weird. With the name St. Clair, but okay. All right. Also, I forgot to ask this. Yeah, hold on here. Let's see what Google says. Oil wash with ACR like thinner. Can you do it? Yes. Okay. Oh, I get he's a paint thinner like mineral solvents or similar. Okay. Well, I don't have any of that, I don't think. Uh-oh, chat. Well, we might be a little fucked tonight. Uh well, this might be a shorter stream than I thought. It might be a shorter stream than I thought. What? Well, I wanted to do this. I didn't want to do anything else tonight. We're missing stuff. Okay. Yeah. I guess I can just thin down a shitload of black paint and just start running it everywhere. And then just cleaning it up as I go. The only other thing I was thinking about was for these ammo cans, doing a little for them, but well, welp. Fingernail polish remover. No, I need mineral spirits. So need mineral spirits. So yes, Jack Smith disclosing $140,000 of free legal work is very weird and sus. Yeah, acetone won't work. I know acetone itself won't work. Yeah, acetone will not work with an oil paint. I do know that much. Mineral spirits? I don't think we do. Do we? Oh, I don't know if that's still good. Hold on. And I want to wait, chat. We might have something. Let me go check. Also, wow, you can see the different color levels in this. Is this still working at all? All right, chat. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Yeah, I gotta find. Well, I gotta see if we got any spirits. So, tornado warning issued. Will you guys be safe out there? Hold on. I'll set up JD Vance in the meantime here. JD Vance's Munich speech. All right, chat. Here we go.
Of the United States, Mr. J.D. Vance, who was here last year as senator, and we are very happy that he has come back to Munich, and we are very much looking forward to his speech. Please welcome Vice President J.D. Vance.
Well, thank you, and thanks to all the gathered delegates and luminaries and media professionals, and thanks especially to the host of the Munich Security Conference for being able to put on such an incredible event. We're, of course, thrilled to be here. We're happy to be here. And, you know, one of the things that I wanted to talk about today is, of course, our shared values. And, you know, it's great to be back in Germany, as you heard earlier. I was here last year as United States Senator. I saw Foreign Secretary David Lammy and joked that both of us last year had different jobs than we have now. But now it's time for all of our countries, for all of us who have been fortunate enough to be given political power by our respective peoples, to use it wisely to improve their lives. And I want to say that, you know, I was fortunate in my time here to spend some time outside the walls of this conference over the last 24 hours. And I've been so impressed by the hospitality of the people, even as, of course, as they're reeling from yesterday's horrendous attack. And the first time I was ever in Munich was with my wife, actually, who's here with me today, on a personal trip. And I've always loved the city of Munich, and I've always loved its people. And I just want to say that we're very moved, and our thoughts and prayers are with Munich and everybody affected by the evil inflicted on this beautiful community. We're thinking about you, we're praying for you, and we will certainly be rooting for you in the days and weeks to come. Now, I hope that's not the last bit of applause that I get, but we gather at this conference, of course, to discuss security. And normally, we mean threats to our external security. I see many great military leaders gathered here today. But while the Trump administration is very concerned with European security and believes that we can come to a reasonable settlement between Russia and Ukraine, and we also believe that it's important in the coming years for Europe to step up in a big way to provide for its own defense, the threat that I worry the most about vis-a-vis Europe is not Russia, it's not China, it's not any other external actor. And what I worry about is the threat from within, the retreat of Europe from some of its most fundamental values, values shared with the United States of America. Now, I was struck that a former European commissioner went on television recently and sounded delighted that the Romanian government had just annulled an entire election. He warned that if things don't go to plan, the very same thing could happen in Germany too. Now, these cavalier statements are shocking to American ears. For years, we've been told that everything we fund and support is in the name of our shared democratic values. Everything from our Ukraine policy to digital censorship is billed as a defense of democracy. But when we see European courts canceling elections and senior officials threatening to cancel others, we ought to ask whether we're holding ourselves to an appropriately high standard. And I say ourselves because I fundamentally believe that we are on the same team. We must do more than talk about democratic values, we must live them. Now, within living memory of many of you in this room, the Cold War positioned defenders of democracy against much more tyrannical forces on this continent.
Well, it's funny because nobody applauded him, but they all clapped like seals for Zelensky. But yeah, no problem so far. Pretty based in my opinion.
and consider the side in that fight that censored dissidents, that closed churches, that canceled elections. Were they the good guys? Certainly not. And thank God they lost the Cold War. They lost because they neither valued nor respected all of the extraordinary blessings of liberty. The freedom to surprise, to make mistakes, to invent, to build. As it turns out, you can't mandate innovation or creativity, just as you can't force people what to think, what to feel, or what to believe. And we believe those things are certainly connected. And unfortunately, when I look at Europe today, it's sometimes not so clear what happened to some of the Cold War's winners. I look to Brussels, where EU commissars warn citizens that they intend to shut down social media during times of civil unrest the moment they spot what they've judged to be, quote, hateful content. Or to this very country, where police have carried out raids against citizens suspected of posting anti-feminist comments online as part of, quote, combating misogyny on the internet, a day of action. I look to Sweden, where 2 weeks ago the government convicted a Christian activist for participating in Koran burnings that resulted in his friend's murder. And as the judge in his case chillingly noted, Sweden's laws to supposedly protect free expression do not, in fact, grant, and I'm quoting, a free pass to do or say anything without risking offending the group that holds that belief. And perhaps most concerningly, I look to our very dear friends, the United Kingdom, where the backslide away from conscience rights has placed the basic liberties of religious Britons in particular in the crosshairs. A little over 2 years ago, the British government charged Adam Smith Connor, a 51-year-old physiotherapist and an Army veteran, with the heinous crime of standing 50 meters from an abortion clinic and silently praying for 3 minutes. Not obstructing anyone, not interacting with anyone, just silently praying on his own. And after British law enforcement spotted him and demanded to know what he was praying for, Adam replied simply, it was on behalf of the unborn son he and his former girlfriend had aborted years before. Now, the officers were not moved. Adam was found guilty of breaking the government's new buffer zones law, which criminalizes silent prayer and other actions that could influence a person's decision within 200 meters of an abortion facility. He was sentenced to pay thousands of pounds in legal costs to the prosecution. Now, I wish I could say that this was a fluke, a one-off crazy example of a badly written law being enacted against a single person. But no, this last October, just a few months ago, the Scottish government began distributing letters to citizens whose houses lay within so-called safe access zones, warning them that even private prayer within their own homes may amount to breaking the law. Naturally, the government urged readers to report any fellow citizens suspected guilty of thought crime. In Britain and across Europe, free speech, I fear, is in retreat. And in the interest of comedy, my friends, but also in the interest of truth, I will admit that sometimes the loudest voices for censorship have come not from within Europe, but from within my own country, where the prior administration threatened and bullied social media companies to censor so-called misinformation. Misinformation like, for example, the idea that coronavirus had likely leaked from a laboratory in China. Our own government encouraged private companies to silence people who dared to utter what turned out to be an obvious truth. So I come here today not just with an observation, but with an offer. And just as the Biden administration seemed desperate to silence people for speaking their minds, so the Trump administration will do precisely the opposite, and I hope that we can work together on that. In Washington, there is a new sheriff in town, and under Donald Trump's leadership, we may disagree with your views, but we will fight to defend your right to offer it in the public square, agree or disagree. Now, we're at the point, of course, that the situation has gotten so bad that...
It's funny, though. All Europeans are like, it's a security conference. Yeah. And the biggest threat to security right now is the European governments towards its own people. So maybe they don't understand that, but oh well. Oh well. They can, you know, they can all suffer. They will suffer. So you know what? I'm going to just stick with these being discolored a little bit. The coloring's not perfect on them, but maybe that'll make it look good when they're on the tank. You know, yeah, fuck it. It shall be good enough. It shall be good enough. So we're all set there. So, all right, we're just going to do just a thinned out acrylic wash on this tank and start seeing what we can do, because I don't have anything else to work with. So we're just going to try that. So we're just going to thin out some black and then just go from there. Where did I put this? So that's going to be our game plan here. So let's keep hearing JD Vance drop some knowledge.
This December, Romania straight up canceled the results of a presidential election based on the flimsy suspicions of an intelligence agency and enormous pressure from its continental neighbors. Now, as I understand it, the argument was that Russian disinformation had infected the Romanian elections. But I'd ask my European friends to have some perspective. You can believe it's wrong for Russia to buy social media advertisements to influence your elections. We certainly do. You can condemn it on the world stage even. But if your democracy can be destroyed with a few $100,000 of digital advertising from a foreign country, then it wasn't very strong to begin with.
That's very true.
Now, the good news is that I happen to think your democracies are substantially less brittle than many people apparently fear. And I really do believe that allowing our citizens to speak their mind will make them stronger still. Which, of course, brings us back to Munich, where the organizers of this very conference have banned lawmakers representing populist parties on both the left and the right from participating in these conversations. Now, again, we don't have to agree with everything or anything that people say. But when people represent, when political leaders represent an important constituency, it is incumbent upon us to at least participate in dialogue with them. Now, to many of us on the other side of the Atlantic, it looks more and more like old entrenched interests hiding behind ugly Soviet-era words like misinformation and disinformation, who simply don't like the idea that somebody with an alternative viewpoint might express a different opinion or, God forbid, vote a different way, or even worse, win an election. Now, this is a security conference, and I'm sure you all came here prepared to talk about how exactly you intend to increase defense spending over the next few years in line with some new target. And that's great, because as President Trump has made abundantly clear, he believes that our European friends must play a bigger role in the future of this continent. We don't think, you hear this term, burden sharing, but we think it's an important part of being in a shared alliance together that the Europeans step up while America focuses on areas of the world that are in great danger. But let me also ask you, how will you even begin to think through the kinds of budgeting questions if we don't know what it is that we are defending in the first place? I've heard a lot already in my conversations, and I've had many, many great conversations with many people gathered here in this room. I've heard a lot about what you need to defend yourselves from, and of course that's important. But what has seemed a little bit less clear to me, and certainly I think to many of the citizens of Europe, is what exactly it is that you're defending yourselves for. What is the positive vision that animates this shared security compact that we all believe is so important? And I believe deeply that there is no security if you are afraid of the voices, the opinions, and the conscience that guide your very own people. Europe faces many challenges, but the crisis this continent faces right now, the crisis I believe we all face together, is one of our own making.
Just think if Kamala Harris was here, how
if
bad
you're
this
running
would be.
in fear of your own voters, there
Think
is
about
nothing
that, Jack.
America can do for you. Nor, for that matter, is there
Shit,
anything
man.
that you can do for the American people who elected me and elected President Trump.
All right.
You
hold on.
need
I'll be right
democratic
back.
mandates to
I got
accomplish
lightning.
anything of value in the coming years. Have we learned nothing that thin mandates produce unstable results? But there is so much of value that can be accomplished with the kind of democratic mandate that I think will come from being more responsive to the voices of your citizens. If you're going to enjoy competitive economies, if you're going to enjoy affordable energy and secure supply chains, then you need mandates to govern, because you have to make difficult choices to enjoy all of these things. And of course, we know that very well in America. You cannot win a democratic mandate by censoring your opponents or putting them in jail, whether that's the leader of the opposition, a humble Christian praying in her own home, or a journalist trying to report the news. Nor can you win one by disregarding your basic electorate on questions like who gets to be a part of our shared society.
Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Yes, Mr. Oh, I dumped my shit all over the keyboard. Oh no, it's all over my keyboard. Oh no. Meme copium, good sir. Oh no. I mean, we saw that. We saw that. We all saw that. So you ain't got nothing here, man. This is I mean, we're gonna start talking about bangers here. This is I mean, this is what you try to mock me. This is what tries to mock me here. This thing is what you wish to mock me with, sir. You guys should be able to hear the sound. Share a tab or a screen instead. Oh, hold on, actually. Hold on, chat. I need to grab this and actually upload it. Hold on, because it's not working right. But from meme copium, meme freaking copium, I'm gonna sit here and try to shit talk me. Like, you know, do you forget yourself, sir, and what you've done and who you are? I think you do. I think you very much forget yourself. So here, because you know, oh, I'm gonna make food. Like, even the fat guy doesn't do that. Even the fat guy doesn't do that. Making some sort of boiled seal's anus sushi. I mean, think about that. Think about that, Jet. That's what he did. You know, this is just like Troy. This is what you've left me for right here. Why won't it process? Come on, play. You're lucky, meme. We're gonna do this now. You're gonna suffer. Suffering is coming.
Like, look at that. Oh no!
Oh, now it's your face.
It went all over my keyboard. No.
What? Dropped it?
Yeah, it went all over my. Oh no! Disaster! Actual disaster! It went into my keyboard.
Oh no!
I'm sure that's not the first time Josh has had that issue. Oh no, my keyboard, it's sticky now. Oh no. Oh. I'm sure that is a routine occurrence in the meme copium household. Oh. Yes. Oh. Yeah, and you know the thing is, it's so sticky, and Aaron Imholt is not able to come help you clean it up, Josh. You know, you could ask him to come lick it up. He might do that. You can message him and say, you know, like, Aaron, you could come. Can you help me get this stickiness off me? And he might be like, hell yeah. You're going to have to ask him. Did I just go there, chat? You best believe I just went there. Another gulp for the toe. Yes. Could I imagine Tim All's trying to speak to that group? Oh, Jesus Christ on a cracker. That would be awful. All right, chat. So we are going to thin this out. We're doing a wash. So what we're doing is we are doing a wash that gives it like kind of the shadowing and stuff. And we're doing what's called a panel wash here. So we're going to get this into the panel lines on the sides of the tank. And ideally, you want it super, 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 super thin. As thin as you can make it because it needs to kind of flow. So, like this stuff right here, it needs to be a lot thinner. And that's, you guys may look at that and see what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to see if it's even running, and it basically needs to run down the sides. Needs to be very, very, very thinned out. So. I'm the expert. I'm the toe-based expert on legal stuff. So, you must have an even flow. So, all right, chat. We're gonna just do another drop or two. Yeah, you can see this is There you go. See, it's kind of like, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's you see how it's kind of like that? That's kind of what we're looking for. So, yeah, there we go. See how it makes the paint just run? That's what we wanted. So where did Meme go? Did he run off? Editing the Sean content new because we speak. Oh. Oh. Arnar. Too much nuke. Too much nuke. Ag says it was really Nick doing the cleanup. Oh, I bet it was. I mean, you know, that's run it through like waterfall. Yes. There we go. All right. So ideally, chat, when I do this, and I don't know how well it's going to show up on here, but if you do it right and it's thinned out, like we're going to do this little spot right here, it should kind of spread out everywhere into that thing. And then later I can come back with a clean brush and get it out. So, actually, do I have where's my other? Where is my? Actually, we're going to use this guy because this is probably a better brush for that than this. So we're going to try this and see what we get. And now that I've clear coated this with spray, if it doesn't work, I can wipe it off and restart. Let me see how well this works. It needs to be, I think it needs to be thinned out a little bit more. Yeah, I think we need to thin it out even more, chat. That's how thin it needs to be. It needs to run. Slightly discolored. Because that's how you get those definition lines. There we go. I think this will work better now. There we go. I don't know if you guys see that. It's kind of like running everywhere. That's what you need. You need to kind of run into all the spots, all the nooks and crannies. That's what we're looking for. I don't know if this will show up at all. There's the one side. Then here's what it looks like on the other side without it. You can see there's no definition. Now we've got a little definition. That's all we're looking for, is a little definition there. So that's all it does. And then as you let it go, we can come back later with the brush and we can start playing with it. So we're going to just start getting it in places here. So we'll take this panel line right here. We'll see what this does. Just a little drop. And it should run along the line. See, it's a little drop running along the lines. And that's all we're doing. Just a little drop. We're going to run it along the panel lines, and it should shoot up and down the panel line. Just like that. And you guys won't be able to see it from here, but there is noticeably things here. And then what I'll do is, if you notice, there might be a little bit of paint on the edges here. You take a brush with thinner, and we'll just streak it up and kind of thin it out from there, because you can't remove it completely. Then we'll work on this panel here. So there we go. There we go, chat. It's looking good. Here we go. It's kind of working. It's kind of working. I'm kind of liking this, how it looks. So here we go. Let's see how this one looks. There we go. There we go. You guys can tell, but now we're starting to get these lines. We're starting to get some darkness to them. And it's just a little bit. That's all you're looking for. Just a little bit into the things. And with the clear coat on, it helps kind of let it run. There's also ways you can take dish soap. You could put it in here to help it kind of run along, but I just went ahead and thinned it. Now, the way you can do this with oil paints is you take an oil paint, thin it down, and you're just like kind of washing everything. And you'll see that's a different way of doing it. So yeah, we're panel wash. It's called a panel wash. A panel wash. So if you use a Q-tip right after you apply it, you can get any over removed. Yeah, I can do that. But I really am looking to just do, because here's what I can do right now. I'll get this brush washed out and I'll show you what my plan is, because you can just you get the thing right. I don't know if you guys can notice that right there, but on the side, see how there's the little bits and things like that. So you just take this and you come up along the side and you just you kind of spread it out from here, and you kind of pick it up as you go, and now it's gone, because now you look at it and it's just there as this panel line is just wet, and now it's there. So we kept the black paint in there, and now we're just moving along the sides. So like this one here's got a little bit of a issue, so we'll just take that and just a couple of rubs with the brush that's got thinner on it, and that kind of takes care of it. There you go. So that is how you alleviate the problems of the thinner, or these thinned out marks. You just kind of brush them off and wash them away. So there you go. If you notice, now we got some definition on the sides. So there we go. So where's the tank and the cardboard box begin? Any surfactant will suffice, but yes. But even then, we got a little bit of dark, and there's a little bit of darkness, and we're darkening it up overall. That's kind of how we do this. So anyways, that's the plan here, chat. This is the plan of what we're doing. So We are here. Okay. All right. So here we got this side and we got little bolts on the back. So now you need to, from what I've seen people do, we need to kind of keep this going, but we also need to stick around the bolt. So just lightly brush it out. And lightly brush it out. There we go. I think that'll work. So I think that's better than what we had. I think that'll work. And if not, we'll come back later, depending on how this dries, chat. We'll come back and clear coat it again and try spirits again. I'll get spirits and do stuff later. So. All right, let's see what we can do on the other side. All right, remember, we have this guy now. We need to get that done. We also have to do the wheels, because remember, those wheels have all definition on them. And this just helps the definition collect. So, get a big old drip on here and just, so we watch it go. There you go, chat. That's all you have to do. And watch it collect. Watch it kind of collect around. There you go. Get that in the cracks. All the magic's happening off camera. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to put it away where you guys could see me. All right. So we're here. There we go. Chin a little bit there. There we go. So there we go. And there. All right. So now we've got some of this stuff done. We're going to let it dry. I'm going to leave that there. Because on the other side now you guys have seen it dry out a little bit. That is what it doesn't, it's not a lot. It's not a lot of definition, chat, but look what it gives you. You get the lines have more definition now. It looks like it pops a little bit more. That's all you're trying to do with this stuff. That's all you're trying to do. That's all this is meant to do, is just give you like that little bit of looking good. And all I'm trying to do is, like I said, I'm just learning how to just, first time I've really ever done this. That's kind of fun. So there we go. I see a model I want to paint its crack. Jeez. Thanks, Kimbo. All right. All right, so we got this one here. We're just going to draw this out. And it kind of, you might be saying, well, you're darkening it a little bit. Yeah, because nothing sits there nice and bright and painted. It gets muddy and oil starts running everywhere and there's dirt on it. But tonight we're just going to panel wash it because the oils, you can start streaking dirt and dust and grime everywhere. There's actually a lot you can do. So we're only going to panel wash, but panel washing gets us to a lot of things tonight. So, but that's why I'm going like that. We're going to go from here over. So there you go. So there you go. So anyways, chat, that on this side gives us a similar look. See, we got a little more definition in our thing here, and that's all we're shooting for. I should go play with it in the mud for authenticity. Yeah, well, I don't want to do that. And what'd you say, Greg? Greg says 87 to 89. Like, on a score of 100? That's great. Or are you saying 1987 to 89? Oh. You should stick in the mud for authenticity. See, there's actually there's actually stuff paint. There's like mud, like paint with various different bits of stuff in it that you put along the sides here that give you a mud look. There's also people who will just take dirt and mix it in with the paints available, and it makes a mud effect. So that really is a real thing you can do. That is a real thing you can do. So let me see here. I need where's my Q? I got a Q-tip here, I think. No, I'll be right back, Chad. I gotta go grab a Q-tip because I need to get a couple spots that are not cleaning up as well as I thought I would. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back, Chad. We'll keep JD Vance going. We'll keep him going here.
And of all the pressing challenges that the nations represented here face, I believe there is nothing more urgent than mass migration. Today, almost 1 in 5 people living in this country moved here from abroad. That is, of course, an all-time high. It's a similar number, by the way, in the United States, also an all-time high. The number of immigrants who entered the EU from non-EU countries doubled between 2021 and 2022 alone, and of course, it's gotten much higher since. And we know this situation, it didn't materialize in a vacuum. It's the result of a series of conscious decisions made by politicians all over the continent and others across the world over the span of a decade. We saw the horrors wrought by these decisions yesterday in this very city. And of course, I can't bring it up again without thinking about the terrible victims who had a beautiful winter day in Munich ruined. Our thoughts and prayers are with them and will remain with them. But why did this happen in the first place? It's a terrible story, but it's one we've heard way too many times in Europe and unfortunately too many times in the United States as well. An asylum seeker, often a young man in his mid-20s, already known to police, rams a car into a crowd and shatters a community. How many times must we suffer these appalling setbacks before we change course and take our shared civilization in a new direction? No voter on this continent went to the ballot box to open the floodgates to millions of unvetted immigrants. But you know what they did vote for? In England, they voted for Brexit, and agree or disagree, they voted for it. And more all over Europe, they're voting for political leaders who promise to put an end to out-of-control migration. Now, I happen to agree with a lot of these concerns, but you don't have to agree with me. I just think that people care about their homes, they care about their dreams, they care about their safety and their capacity to provide for themselves and their children. And they're smart. I think this is one of the most important things I've learned in my brief time in politics. Contrary to what you might hear a couple mountains over in Davos, the citizens of all of our nations don't generally think of themselves as educated animals or as interchangeable cogs of a global economy. And it's hardly surprising that they don't want to be shuffled about or relentlessly ignored by their leaders. And it is the business of democracy to adjudicate these big questions at the ballot box. I believe that dismissing people, dismissing their concerns, or worse yet, shutting down media, shutting down elections, or shutting people out of the political process protects nothing. In fact, it is the most surefire way to destroy democracy. And speaking up and expressing opinions isn't election interference. Even when people express views outside your own country, and even when those people are very influential. And trust me, I say this with all humor, if American democracy can survive 10 years of Greta Thunberg scolding, you guys can survive a few months of Elon Musk. But what no democracy, American, German, or European, will survive is telling millions of voters that their thoughts and concerns, their aspirations, their pleas for relief are invalid or unworthy of even being considered. Democracy rests on the sacred principle that the voice of the people matters. There's no room for firewalls. You either uphold the principle or you don't. Europeans, the people, have a voice. European leaders have a choice. And my strong belief is that we do not need to be afraid of the future. You can embrace what your people tell you, even when it's surprising, even when you don't agree. And if you do so, you can face the future with certainty and with confidence, knowing that the nation stands behind each of you. And that, to me, is the great magic of democracy. It's not in these stone buildings or beautiful hotels. It's not even in the great institutions that we have built together as a shared society. To believe in democracy is to understand that each of our citizens has wisdom and has a voice. And if we refuse to listen to that voice, even our most successful fights will secure very little. As Pope John Paul II, in my view, one of the most extraordinary champions of democracy on this continent or any other, once said, "Do not be afraid." We shouldn't be afraid of our people, even when they express views that disagree with their leadership. Thank you all. Good luck to all of you. God bless you.
And they spat in his face, chat. And they spat in his face for it. He told them the truth, and they spat in his face because the minute Zelensky showed up, they basically completely forgot everything he said. So, Europe is going to have to suffer. Sadly, it will. Sadly, Europe will need to suffer. But that's fine. Europe can suffer. Anyways, chat, the way it works, you just give that a little scrubs, a little scrubbery do's, a little scrubbery don'ts. You wipe a lot of this off where you can. If it gets too far, and you kind of spread it out otherwise. There we go. So, if you guys saw that earlier, I was trying to show you what we're looking at here. We have see how the one here is not painted. This one is. We got a little better definition in what we got. So 4 hours to get his lashes done for that. No, he was not born that way. He uses eyeliner, and he's just a weirdo. He's been an emo kid. He's getting the emo vote. He's getting the emo vote. You know, you act like it doesn't matter. The emo vote is critical out there. Emo awareness. is critical in the world. That's why he was there. So, and then let's see him watch it run. Boop, boop, boop. I wonder if I can. I think I could. Wait, I'm a retard. This zooms in. Why am I not zoomed in more for you guys? That's the problem here. Duh. There. You guys can watch what I'm doing a little better. So if that's too grainy, let me know. Because I'm not trying to make it grainy. There we go. Zoom in and enhance. He loves hot goth couches. Hey, you know. All right, chat. So see what we're doing? We're just kind of dragging out the discoloration a little bit and spreading it everywhere. Because everything's going to be a little discolored as we paint. You know, nothing stays nice and clean in real life. And then where we have a little bit extra, we just drop it in there and it soaks it up. So I could have been zooming in on Clyde too. Yes, when you put it like that, yes. Jesus. So there we go. Getting around the gas tank chat. We're going to get that darkened up. So, let's see here. We're going to get this done now. Get this. Then we've got things like these panels, which are going to need a lot of it. So we're just going to work our way around them as we go. We just get the paint in there. And this one's actually kind of easier because you can kind of just paint over the panels and it kind of soaks it up in a way where you don't really have to worry about going back over it again. So we're just able to cheat and add a little definition to these. Although I will say the quality of this is phenomenal. There we go. We got a little paint down on the gap. And we can kind of use the paint. We can use a thinned off brush to clean up any excess. But this actually worked pretty good because there's so much detail. I'm barely even touching it, and it's all kind of just working. And then this one, the reason why I have this super thinned out is because just a couple of whips, and it's done. So that is all we're doing here. And this actually is looking good. This is kind of fun. I think the oil would be far more easier to use and more effective, but we'll do that next time. So anyway, we got this exhaust, or we got this air intake right here. So we're just gonna get it. We're just gonna get a little blacker. We're gonna take a little more black. And we're just gonna black it. It's gonna get blacked. Yeah, it's gonna get blacked. So there we go. There we go. Happy little panels. Blacked. So just a little bit around the edges like that. And look at that. Just giving it, you see that, and that's all it takes. That's all it takes here, you guys. A little bit of definition. A little bit of definition goes a long way. You'll never have it perfect, but you're offering to make it look somewhat realistic. See, there we go. That's a great example of how that kind of spread around. And then here is another one. We'll get it going. See, you got to get it started, and then it kind of goes where it needs to go. So, yeah. There you go. There we go, chat. There we go. There we go. There we goose. There we go. There we go. There we go. It's kind of getting everywhere it needs to get. So we're going to start this here. This looks nothing like the folded gap. So what do you guys want to see next? Is there anything else you want to watch? Bella, I hope you guys are okay down south. I know there's a lot of tornado warnings and stuff. You too, Ag and EDW. I know you get, well, EDW is probably like riding around like Florida or Louisiana man on a fan boat right now, but everybody else is probably worried. It ain't shit. Yeah, I kind of figured. There we go. There we go, chat. So we're just gonna keep going here. Look up Goatsy. It's interesting. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. You got these little panels we gotta hit. Ow. Ow. Robert Chalk says, what do we got in the shame pile? Right now we have an IL-2 Sturmovik. We have a AH60L, basically UH60L Blackhawk. That's massive. It's a 1/35th scale. We have a 1/35th scale F4 Phantom C D model. Those are the shame pile, really, at this point. So we're going to get on those. This was kind of one of the bigger ones. This 35th scale tank was kind of one of my bigger shame piles. And, you know, especially since my parents got it for me, I really needed to get on it. But, yeah, that's overall my shame pile at this point. So for those of you who are not aware, chat, when you do models and other hobbies like this, including like Warhammer and stuff, your pile of shame is the collection of things you have not completed yet or even started. So just a pile of boxes. And it's a shame because you have not done anything with it. So there you go. All right. YouTube when my phone started playing. I fucking hate this when it happens. Like you pause something, all of a sudden it starts playing, and you're like, "What the fuck?" So there we go. There we go, chat. There we go. So, Deanna's saying, I have zero interest in the models, but I find this relaxing. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you're finding something positive out of it. And I'm, because, we are talking and we are just hanging out. So that's all works. It all works together. So it's all good. But thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Well, there we go, chat. So now we are seeing things here like that black streak is from the original painting, and then this is overspray right here. So we're getting all kind of like, we're really seeing up close kind of some of the oopsies in the live TV of what I did so far. So we're going to re-black this box out a little bit more. There we go. Even though that's a natural thing right here in chat, there's like a little dip. I'm still going to put some paint in that just to get some color. So there we go. Now we're going to work on some of these lines. There we go. We'll get these. I'm going to start working on this box. We're going to start just because it's got all kinds of detail on it. We're going to like that. And we're going to come this way. Now, even though this box turns black in the paint model, we're just going to drag paint along everywhere. Just because that's how you make sure you get everything. So we'll get a little more thinner on the brush here, especially this one here, because that's kind of obvious. I'm going to use a Q-tip on this one. There we go. There we go. Now we got to get this other part of it. Now we're going to take that and there we go. You can take that and, like I said, chat, we give it a little bit of a, it's going to have a bit of a dirtier appearance or a darker appearance, but that kind of, that's, that's life. That is how life is. So that's how that works. There we go. And there we go. Can't do it otherwise. There we go. There we go. All right. So if you guys want to see kind of what I've done so far, it gives you a little more definition. Like I said, when this dries, it'll look a lot better. But as we've already shown the sides, it kind of gives you that kind of that grittier look. Being gay is homosexual. Yes, otherwise it wouldn't be very gay. Now, at some point, you guys were talking about doing cars. I've done a couple of car models when I was a kid, and I might do some of those coming up. There's a bunch of cars you can do, like race cars, classic cars, all kinds of stuff out there. It's just been a long time since I've done those, and I mean, really, it's been time since I've done all this. Okay, so if you guys really want to see the difference in how these work, we're going to do this hatch. That's the driver's hatch. We're going to do this, and we're going to do this, and you guys are going to see the difference there. People do F1 cars, but like that's it's a lot of decal work because you have to put in all the decals and everything. So no, but I'm talking about like just kind of like, you know, NASCARs and like older racing cars. So there we go. We're just gonna. There we go. Then we got the window, the mirror blocks. The vision blocks need darkened. There we go. So that's how that's gonna go. And now we've got like this here. We got this. And we're just going along, chat. Just getting it along. All the nice little grit and grime that goes in here. And then, like I said, next time we will work on gritting and griming it, because that'll be where we do the oil wash. And we can do the oil wash with a different thing, and it'll be a different method. Do it before and after screenshot, yeah. Are you a car guy? I mean, like, in what way? I'm not like Jeremy Clarkson or anything like that. Like, I appreciate really good cars and you know that, and I'm not like I said, I'm not like Mario Andretti or anything like that. If that's what you're wondering, or you know, do I enjoy wrenching on vehicles? Like, not necessarily, but like I said, I can work on a car, do stuff on a car. But I enjoy racing. I enjoy watching things like that, and automotive performance. Like, I enjoy all that, but I don't know if that's what you're asking. So, am I the Stig? Well, some say. Some say. I still love those. I still love all that. And it's a shame he had to go away. It's a shame. It's a shame. But it's always interesting the way how that whole thing played out with the Stig. If you guys get the Top Gear references, good. If you don't, you're going to have to watch Top Gear. And I mean old Top Gear before they fired Clarkson and the gang. Good Top Gear. And I don't mean the shitty American one. I mean the OG Top Gear. So, let's see here. What do we need to do? I need to actually see what I'm doing here. So I had to put this up to my face. Oh, you're saying watching Top Gear makes me automatically car guy status. Well, like, yeah, I don't know. I appreciate that, though. Yes. Call yourself a car guy? Name 5 cars, chat. Name 5 cars. Name all the cars. You like guns? Name all the guns. See that? If you guys don't know this, if you don't know, Matt and I were having a talk, and I looked at him and I said, Matt, if you think you're a gun guy, name all the guns. And believe it or not, Fudbusters, he named all the guns. I was like, wow, I didn't think you could do it. And he's like, shows you right, fat man. And I was like, fair enough. Fair enough. But yes, chat, your Uncle Matt over on Fudbusters knows all the guns. All right, chat. So there you go. It's kind of how we're looking at things here. We're going to get some more black paint on everything and keep going. So notice, even though we're doing this one, we still have to do the turret next. Clarkson's farm is very good, yeah. Who he doesn't even Draco. No, I was gonna tell Runkle, like, when we do a stream of Matt coming up, we should be like, look, we should force him, be like, you think you're a gun guy, start naming all the guns. And then it'll be like him and Ivan will have to be like, we're not actually gun people. Mm-hmm. Surprised you guys aren't also asking me about the whole in-range TV and Varstaleka finished brutality drama, so. Ooh, a jail got the roof torn off? That's not good. Taking the roof off that place. I think all those guys losing their commissary. That would really suck. All right. There you go. There you go. We're working on this. No one needs to give Carl the cuck attention. Yeah, but he runs around screaming about it, and, you know, that's... Carl is about, you know... For some reason, he wants to make sure the world knows he likes tranny wiener, which I guess you can do. You know, you can do. You know, you be you. It's 2025, but seems like such a weird flex. Although, how much of a weirdo do you have to be to get kicked out of the Church of Satan? Because that's what he was part of. Which, you know, imagine that, an edgy, like, Redditor type being at the Church of Satan. It's like, and apparently he got kicked out of it, which is funny because they act like they're not, like, the way they treat the Church of Satan. It's like, it's not about being evil, man. It's like, it's just about being different. And you're like, I don't think that's all Satan had in mind, but that's what they say. So, odds of Trump removing CNN from the White House pool. Yeah. Robert says, completely unaware. How did Kami Carl get twisted with a former friend again? This time it's because Varstaleka basically did finish brutality. They invited Micah Mayfield, the guy who used to film with Grand Thumb, And, Micah has made, anti-trans jokes on his streams or his videos, or I think just videos with Grantham. Either way, that is not acceptable to Carl and and his people. So he was lamenting and upset that Varstaleka would invite such people to their events, and Carl disapproved. Carl's also very protective of his fucking the idea. Apparently, the brutalities are his, and yeah, just overall, just being really cringe about stuff. And just really upset that nobody likes all the shit he talks about. Nobody cares about, like, there's a playing with girl dick stage in the competition. He's like that, and like just in general, just all that in general. Carl was coping and seething, and we really couldn't believe what we were seeing. So he was coping and seething. So that's all he was doing. It's just multi-gun with a kettlebell. Yeah, I mean, that's ultimately what it is. So if you guys are not aware, Finnish brutality, the brutality thing is running 2-gun, which is different from 3-gun matches, because 2-gun matches acknowledge that a shotgun really isn't relevant in a modern setting. So you focus on just rifle and pistol, and it's about stages that are more tasked with realistic events. You have things to do like carrying like ammunition boxes, and you would do other things like that as part of a stage. So that's what it is. That's what 2-gun is, a 2-gun action challenge. So it's kind of like 3-gun, but it's a little more skills based, and there's no gaming the system and having like a $10,000 gun and kicking everyone's ass. So there's a whole drama though with Carl though at this point. So yeah. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on there. So here we go. Two Guns Chud got wrecked in the next trench war. Well, to an extent, most 2-gun Chuds will have physical fitness, so they'll actually be okay. So it's the 3-gun Chuds. Oh yeah, because of the drone thing, you're making a shotgun joke. I see. I see, said the blind man as he peed into the wind. There we go, chat. So, France wants an emergency meeting talked about Trump. Really? Wow. Well, they're like, oh shit, oh shit. We're so sorry, Monsieur Donald. We are so sorry. You are America. You are the world's daddy now. I'm sure. Mon frère. Mon frère. Le daddy. So I'm trying to show you guys here. So you take this and you have to get it in not just panel lines, but anywhere like it would accumulate. So this like fender here, this fender line, you're going to put it in that fender line there and let it kind of get in there and work its way in. And then you're going to try to clean up the excess. So, France's government Minecrafted itself? No. Well, they kind of already did that, where they had the Macron's party Minecrafted itself when it made a deal with the commies to keep Le Pen out of power. So, but now you can see, chat. We had that crack, and I cleaned up around it, so now we have some definition there. Wasn't Macron on his way out? Not really. I mean, he still retains power. Trudeau's the one you might be thinking of. But no, Macron still has a hold on power politically. He's running out of political capital, but he's still able to be there. So, like I said, you might be thinking of Trudeau. So, yes, France Minecrafted its. Well, to be fair, France has kind of always Minecrafted itself in Africa. I mean, God, they make the freaking former colonies use the colonial franc, and that's the thing. Like, there was a French franc, that was their currency. Now, if you go to like Niger, the Ivory Coast, the Cote d'Ivoire, all along there, all the former French colonies, they use basically company script. It's like company money. So, yeah. No one likes the French. Well, I mean, remember, the French kind of did the thing for us, though. Without the French, we would not be here. So they get a pass for that. They get a pass. They get a pass for helping America. They get a little bit of a pass, not a complete pass, but they get a pass. So all right, chat. So we're looking good here. All right. I don't know if you guys can see all that, but we got a lot of definition put back into this. So we now have to move on to the part I don't know if I could show you too well, but it's going to be actually, this will work good. The ass of the tank, the big ol' ass. So, all right. Lafayette was a bit of a dude. Yes, he is. I'm part French. Yeah, my family ancestry goes back there a little bit. Okay. How am I going to get this so you guys can see it? I don't know how to do this here. In a way you can see. Oh, hold on here. Why don't I just see if I can move the camera? There we go. See, will that help? Yes. Okay. So we've got this stuff here. I'm going to get a big old glob of it on here and see what we can do. Here you go, chat. You're going to watch this up close and personal. So if you see it's kind of running along, you let it pull up and then you kind of push it along where it needs to go. As it gets going, it really runs everywhere. So you can see we start darkening things up. And that's the game plan here. That's the name of the game, to quote the Crystal Method. So there we go. So we're going to get There we go. All right, so that's what we got. That's how it looks, and now we'll just take a little bit of thinner. There we go, chat. So see, we can kind of take that, and with a little bit of brushing, you can kind of take and eliminate a lot of that. Okay. Hold on, chat. Gotta do my thing. There we go. A little bit, like I said, we're just looking for some definition. It's not working. Hold on. So, there we go. There we go, chat. Got a little bit of marking up on that. Now we'll get the headlight. Mrs. Super Chat? Oh, I did not see it. Oh, Sellers saying, teach chat about the famed Ohio defense attorney Clement Vallandigham, born in Lisbon, yet deported, and later committed seppuku during a trial. I have heard of this guy. He ended up getting shot. He ended up accidentally shooting himself in the stomach during a trial, handling his client's gun as part of trial practice. So I think it was about whether or not you would tuck the gun in your waistband, and he did it. Trying to figure, like, during the trial, and he ends up shooting himself, and yeah, he ended up dying. The guy had a very interesting history. I do know that, but that's his real name to fame, claim to fame here in Ohio as an attorney. He killed himself with his client's gun. Like I said, not intentionally, chat. But also, there you go. If you really want to see what this looks like when it's done, the darkness in the headlight or the taillight here is really kind of the real way for you to see how this all works out. So all right. All right, hold on, chat. We need another second here. Then we'll get to the part where you guys can help me watch me do it. Come on, you fucker. All right, chat. There we go. Here is the back ends. I got a nice little bit on them. All right. Might be a little too thin. I might have to do this later again. So, but yes, sellers. We can. He might be worth doing a video on later. So we don't realize he too can be deported. Okay, well that was during the Civil War. That was a bit of an issue there. Things were a little different in that time. So, but I'm in. Here we go. We're doing this all up here, Chan. All right, chat. So I think that's done for the hull. The hull is pretty much done. I think we'll zoom out here so you guys can see it better. There, that might look a little better now. That might look a little better. That might look a little better here. So. Yeah, it's nearly 2 a.m. where we are. Yep, it is. It's almost 2. It's like 2 minutes to 2. So. Show the back end. I don't know if this will show too well in chat, but here is the ass end. I don't know if this will show too well on here, but I have pictures of the tank before it got paneled up and pictures of it. Now I'll take some pictures of it like this. But that is what we're looking at. So. Remember, Chad, if you think you're having a bad day, you could be Ian Miles Chong and get friend zoned on fucking in front of the whole fucking world. Remember, it can always be worse. It can always be worse, Chad. Who got friend zoned? Ian Miles Chong, the guy from like Malaysia who, is kind of like on Twitter. And is always commenting on U.S. stuff. And if you didn't know any better, you would think he's a U.S. citizen, but he's not. So there we go. Here we go, chat. So I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that in there, but we got some color in the wheels because compared to this side, that's what the wheels look like without it. This is what the wheels look like with it. So just a little bit of darkness there. The Malaysian mongrel himself, yes. Ian Miles Chong. So. Hold on, chat. We gotta get this done. There we go. And here starts the storm. Well, there you go. There we go, chat. We got both sides done with the wheels. So there we go. Hull has been done. So we're gonna leave that here for tonight because it's 1:55 and I am getting tired. So oh, Ian wasn't. Yeah, I don't think anybody's saying Ian Miles Chong was an illegal. No, he's a Malaysian who interferes in U.S. politics and U.S. Twitter. Like he just because people don't realize it, and he's just a fucking goofy looking son of a bitch. So. Next time, chat, we will do this with oil paint, and it'll be a lot better, I promise. But I figured we get started on this, start paneling it up. Now, the reason why I'm holding off on the turret is because the turret is very intricate and will need some thinned down oil paint. So to get the turret, and if you guys notice already on these two, there's already a visible. I think you guys can tell here the way the lines are on the turret versus the way these lines are on the actual thing here. There's a bit of a difference. So, yeah, Ian Miles Chung tried to get Worski swatted. Yes, I've heard that too. And snacks. My favorite thing, snacks, chat. That's right. Even better than sandwiches are snacks. For £4.99. Nearly £5 sterling, chat. The king. The King Sterling. Long live the king. Long live the king. Presumably. Hopefully you believe. Hopefully you're that way. If you happen to be Scottish, I'm sorry. I'll fix that. But long live the king. For nearly £5 sterling. Setting a super sticker. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's see here. So we're all kind of caught up there. Why didn't you name Laney's Bonnie instead? Laney was already named. That was the name that she had already been named through the rescue organization, and she had been with them for a while. Why I wouldn't want to change the dog's name, and we hadn't found Clyde yet, so that's why we didn't do that. Like, I get people are like, "Oh, you should have done that," and like, but I'm not going to do that to the dog. The dog's already got a name, and she shows up to that name. So, that would screw her up if she wasn't. So, Snack says, "Fuck him. They don't take Scottish money in England." All right, so I guess you are. I will make sure when I see you again, Snacks, to say to just point out it's the King Sterling, but that we're no longer the king. It's just not even the King Sterling anymore. Just Sterling. Oh, Bella's saying my town where the other houses got hit. Oh, I hope you guys are okay. I hope you guys are okay. But yes, Snacks, thank you again. Sellers, thank you again. And Maddie B, thank you guys again. I appreciate it. Let's see. So where are we? Yeah, right here at the end, though. I think we are. Aren't they really just British pounds? Yes, but it's pound sterling. It's the sterling pound. The Scottish pounds. My pleasure. Well, I will keep that in mind. I will For you and Skeeve Man, I will reference them as Scottish pounds. We'll do that. We will do that. All right, chat. So we are going to go ahead and probably call this here at the night because I am, like I said, I need to get a little oil paint rolling on that. The fatty pounds. Well, I don't worry, Justin Smith. I got that under lock. I don't need people sending me those kind of pounds. I don't need those kind of pounds, Chad. Believe it or not, I'm already set. I got more than enough. So we are done for the night, chat. We will, guys over on Locals, we probably will do the race. We'll talk. I don't know what we'll watch. We might do that. Tomorrow, though, we will be doing here on YouTube, members only. Those of you guys who are members, we will definitely be doing a members only tomorrow night over here on YouTube. You guys need one. We didn't get a chance to do one this week because of ASAP Rocky and all that and the Trump stuff. So you guys are due. You guys are definitely due. And we'll hang out for a while. We'll hang out for a while and have a good time. So Snacks and Bella, all the greens, we will be doing that tomorrow. Should be a lot of fun. Garrett says, if I was a town, I'd be Pound Town. Believe it or not, it's called Poundland in United Kingdom. In Britain, it's called Poundland. That is their dollar store. So, yes. ASAP's gonna walkie. Maybe. I hope he does, but I don't know if he will. Remember, they have enough to convict him. Juries have convicted on less and more bullshit things, like Richard Allen. So, All right, and Anodyne is correct. Peace, everybody. Thank you for existing. Yes. So, with that said, chat, I bid you all good night, and tomorrow we will be doing members only. We'll probably do it probably around 6 or 7 would be the goal because I, want to give everybody a chance to watch, a chance to hang out, and we'll do that tomorrow night. So take care, chat, and have a nice night.
Weapons, blacksmithing, and models of planes, esoteric works, and even some trains. Much merriment had while drinking White Claws, tips on hunting, and even talking the law. Whatever you do, just don't talk to cops, even when they nab you on illegal stops. Just 'cause you did it doesn't mean you're guilty, but please talk to a local attorney.